Third season of Carmilla!
Hurrah!
Final season of Carmilla.
Haru.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Refill. I was going to dress up. I was also going to bathe and shave. But, it's hot and I'm tired. And I'm drunk, which contributes to the hot because, you know, dehydration. And I never got around to contact lenses. I mean, can you see that? I can't see if you can see that unless I'm wearing them, so... Yeah, the plastic bits came off. I should have... You know, I should have... Yeah. But the thing is that you need to take a test every 2 years, otherwise you can't get anything new, and I'm going to wait until I actually need to before I do that, so... As long as I don't stick it in my eye, I figure I'm okay. There it is. There it is. If Vamp Danny is not in Act 1, I'm going to be terribly disappointed. Have you watched my Holstein recap yet? Yeah. There. Watch that. I don't think I've ever actually used annotations before, but presuming that I bother, there it is. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I saw the teaser, and the only thing I came away with from that was that I liked Vamp Danny's style. And I am so looking forward to the Lostein rematch. Yeah. And Tumblr ruined the trailer for me, so, you know, no reaction to that either. And, yeah, that's fine. And I hope you appreciate the supposedly improved sound of this, if my Space Engineers video is any indication. And I'm also going to be pumping the sound through these and using the actual video audio to when I put that there. What else? Vampire the Masquerade angle. I've forgotten the word. Demon worshipper. If a Cainite is worshipping demons, or it's Dragon Age's fault. The only word that's going through my head right now is Maleficar. It's not. I can't remember the fucking word. Maybe I'll put it up flashing here, right now. Boom. Or maybe I can't be bothered to look it up. I don't know. But you know, any political, social differences Cainites have, they would band together to kick the Dean's ass, whatever body she's in. I want to know why, though. I want to know why she's doing it. Because Lolita is just a small step away from Lilith, and the Lilith, she has her own whole thing in the world of darkness, and that's a thing. I'm going to try to go through all of Act 1 at once. I don't want to do it yet. sod it. Welcome back to Silas University. No. What the fuck?
Hello, and welcome to my complete absence of viewers. Today, on Life with Laura, it's your guide to life in the Silas University Library. Should you find yourself spending your summer vacation inside a sentient library, the first thing to do is figure out if the architecture/life form that you're dwelling in is full-on Amityville horror evil or just kind of a capricious dink. One clue may be the way that it treats cranky, nigh invulnerable vampires.
Don't leave the door open. Library likes Carmilla.
As opposed to tiny, broken-hearted college girls who might be, for perfectly valid reasons, sort of kind of wallowing over past mistakes. Oh. Not that the wallowing has continued. Nothing like 2 months hiding in the stacks because the library is the only place that you're safe from
It likes Laura more than
for a Trump,
Carmilla.
to put things in perspective. Which brings us to cuisine. A crucial skill when your sole food source is vending machines is creativity. Need a smoothie? How about a nozzle coffee and granola bar whip-up? Perfect camp dinner? How about a beef jerky casserole? Craving a salad? So am I! Of course, there is the option to eat out. Really far out. See, near as Laugh's been able to figure, the library contains, well, everything, and so any one space, like this room, can connect to anywhere else. Which means when you open a door, maybe you get a hallway, or maybe you get an undersea world filled with really angry shrimp. The good news is that Laugh's been able to crack the code for Howl's moving library. Well, at least one part of it.
3 to the left for the central fountain. Whoa! Yeah.
Nice one.
2 right for snowy Uberval. Yeah. One's cold. 5 to the right. It's a live volcano. 5 is a live volcano. Oh, but I do have this really cool one. Okay.
That would be good for marshmallows.
2 up, 2 down. Cyberpunk dystopia.
With that nailed, there's nothing left to fear.
Was that a
Except for
Deus Ex reference?
Fear herself. You may remember that we lost track of Perry and JP after Corvée stormed HQ. Well, despite the fact that all off-campus communication has been shut down by a firewall even Laugh can't breach, we did start to get some transmissions.
Okay.
Good morning, students of Silas.
Oh, you asshole.
I know many of you are still recovering from the unfortunate events of last semester. And my altered state might be shocking. But let me assure you, my struggling dears, your dean will never give you up. With the generous sponsorship of our friends at Corvée, Silas will rise again. And no one, no matter what dank little hole they're currently hiding in, will interfere with our glorious unearthing of knowledge. See you in class, my dears.
Oh, you mother dried up, saggy
Yes!
of a woman masquerading as a sadistic, narcissistic piece of
That wasn't... She can't have just possessed Perry, can she?
Yes,
Oh,
she
no,
can.
it's worse
She
than
has.
that.
It's
Think
done.
about it. Raggedy Ann was acting dodgy all semester.
No, I would have seen something. I would have noticed.
Oh, yeah,
You
'cause
were
weren't
too busy-
ignoring your kidnapping trauma or resurrecting your digital pet into a dead vampire.
Exactly.
Had nothing to do with Perry.
When could it even have happened? She was with us the whole time. It would have had to have been...
Right from the moment she walked in here dripping blood. I should have seen it. So perfectly her. How'd he breach a wall? Not with a battering ram. You give them a helpless girl and let them invite their doom right in.
Months. Perry's been gone for months.
After that long, could she still be alive in there?
Well, that's the least of our problems. You heard her. She's never gonna let us free, no matter how far we run or where we hide.
But we're safe in here.
Were you not paying any attention last semester? Nobody is safe anywhere. She'll find a way sooner or later. She'll crush us like bugs. She always does this. There's no
She doesn't
running.
control
There's no
the
hiding.
library.
There's
The
no safe
library
until
is
she's
helping
dead.
you.
Harm. Yep. You thought living with your ex was awkward? Try being trapped with said ex in a magical library after you got her sister killed and then sacrificing your school and your friends and your morals to save her life. And she still hasn't followed me back on Twitter. And yeah, I know I'm supposed to come up with some brave new plan to stop Corvée instead of letting Carm go all Lizzie Borden on her mother. It's just... I'm not saying I'm pro-evil now. If I see someone kicking a puppy, I won't be all, yay, go about your puppy-kicking business unhindered. It's just... Maybe I'm not the girl to pick a fight with some ancient fiend I could never beat anyway.
They referenced Twitter, though.
But what am I talking about? This is a lifestyle show and you don't exist, so... Entertainment. When you're trapped inside for 2 months, cabin fever is a factor. Try learning a new skill. Like learning to play the Harry Potter theme on water glasses. Why does this always happen?
Does this always happen when you do that? I'm probably trimming out the out of that. Yeah. Episode 2.
This just does not get any less gross.
Laura, you okay? Did the books from the poli-sci section get loose again?
No, but our whole water supply did just turn to blood. Apparently the library thinks rogue biographies of Catherine the Great aren't terrifying enough.
Are you really sure this is a library? I mean, I know it can be kind of unpredictable, but that seems almost biblical.
Why are you two ruining my nap? Did you let out another bibliophage?
There's been a small adjustment to our water supply.
Drink.
Oh, and this is bad news because...
Well, for those of us who can't properly digest hemoglobin.
Oh,
Carm, are you okay?
No?
there is something very wrong with this blood. I don't know, it tastes like dead.
Wouldn't all blood taste kind of dead?
Oh, this isn't like yesterday dead or 3 weeks ago dead. This is like predates opposable thumbs dead. Ugh, I think I need to bleach my tongue.
Why would the library be messing with us?
Ugh, I don't think this is a library. This isn't its MO.
Do you think this
We've
could
been
be
waiting for the other shoe to drop.
strife, pestilence, now water into blood? Do you think she's opened another gate?
Yeah. It should be noted the Seven Gates thing is
Sure.
comparatively
Don't worry about me. Go
modern
do your
compared
Sherlock Watson thing,
to
'cause it's so impossible to
Sumerian.
keep a book repository is
Anything.
punking us. Sheesh, I didn't mean it personally or anything.
Don't piss off the thing you're living in. Not season 3?
Huh. Where'd these come from? Okay, yes, very stylish, but my eyesight is 20/20. Thank you very much. No, seriously? I told you the library was up to its old tricks.
Maybe.
It's
Did you or did you
trying
not just witness
to
felony assault
help.
eyewear?
Low-grade telekinesis is just how it communicates.
So when it attacked us in the basement, it just felt we were neglecting our Faulkner?
Yeah, pretty much. Anything?
Other than eye strain. No.
You're a vampire. Put it on a human.
Wait.
Put it on
Some
the...
kind of runes forming around the door.
Do you recognize him?
No.
Give
I'm
him
not
the laugh.
sure that matters. They're translating themselves.
Oh.
Awesome. Can I just...
TARDIS.
Oh, okay. A, Al, B, Y. What, do you recognize them? Or what did they say?
Hello, idiots.
Oh, that sounds super mystical.
I think whoever wrote this could see the future.
How could you possibly know that?
Yeah, you, the vampire, and the 2 dropouts.
They were totally able to see the future.
You're running out of time. If you want to stop her, the Book of Lives is the first talisman.
Oh, hello.
Anything else?
No, there was just some kind of date and a bird sigil. 1874. That's the year the university was founded.
Book of Lives is the first talisman. Did the dean ever say something like that?
No, but there's got to be something to it. I mean,
Maybe
I've
she
seen
said
these
it and you weren't
charms,
paying
you know,
attention.
bracelets for protection, possession,
Please.
amulets,
And what is the
Stop her
badge?
books and talismans. It's creepy prophecy boilerplate.
addressed specifically to us.
I've seen that bird symbol somewhere before. Maybe in the special collection.
The Sumerian book?
Feel up to a little research?
Not really. We don't even know that the dean is behind the whole dead blood thing. And I had plans to redo the book nook.
Right. I'm sure you've got some important stenciling to do.
Excuse me.
Nothing.
Just because I'm not flinging myself face first into your Kill Bill quest to end
That's
your
what
mother.
Carmilla likes about you.
Laura, none of us will be free until she's dead.
Dead. Pushing up daisies, no fog in the mirror, definitely not coming back dead. You've been clear. But since when do you have a problem with me choosing handcrafts over mortal danger?
I don't know.
Did you
Maybe I
not
just
listen to her?
remember a girl who rallied an entire university to find her missing roommate.
Maybe I remember everything that happened after that.
Do what you like.
And after all that, what did she say?
You know, there's a difference between learning from your past and letting it rule you.
Uh-oh.
Hello, ducks. I'm not interrupting anything important, am I?
Ah! She's gonna send Danny after them, but what state of mind is Danny going to be in? I mean, how different can she be?
Hello, Mother. What do you want?
You never call, you never write. You stay hidden away in that moldy old library.
And he's
are
still
you feeling
standing
sorry
there.
that you and your goons haven't been able to break into a library?
As Silas's primary sponsor, Corby Corp would prefer you use the term intern. Goon doesn't stress the potential for career growth that our entry-level positions offer. It's definitely why the Zetas
Up,
jumped
you
on board.
backstabbing son of a
Intern,
tartar.
collaborator, dead man talking. It's all the same to me, really.
You see, this kind of hostility is why we need to chat. Clearly, you can keep disemboweling the help and snooping around my business until I find a way to track down that tesseracting book nook. Crack open the enchantments keeping me out and kill you all, but frankly, I'm a busy woman and that sounds time-consuming.
Why are you
So,
so busy?
I'm
What's the
prepared to
point?
offer you a truce.
Are you trying to...
Stop prying into my affairs and I'll leave you alone in your cozy little library.
All we have to do is back off and you'll stop trying to kill us?
Well, isn't she the clever one?
Maybe it's worth thinking about. I mean, if she really is willing to leave us alone.
Laura!
Yeah, and just how long until she's done with whatever she's up to in that pit before dispose of meddling teenagers returns to the top of her to-do list?
Age has made you so cynical, darling. Listen to your little pet. Stay out of my way, and you can play house in that jumped-up reading room until the end of your meaningless lives. I may not be able to reach you right now, but force me to come and get you, and the results will be unpleasant. Am I making myself clear?
Transparent.
Wonderful. I look forward to your unconditional compliance.
Something's changed. Something's rattled her. Something we know or something we've done.
Or maybe your
Maddie.
mom is as sick of this whole grudge match as we are and
The
wants to
first
keep
gate
quiet.
wanted
So she
the
can what,
rook.
finally catch up on
She
her reading?
accidentally
Look,
resurrected
I'm
the
not saying
rook.
trust her. That would be
First
ignoring
gate's
the
not
death
shut
threats
again.
and the possessions and the centuries of human sacrifice. I'm just saying, maybe the
Yes.
problem is that we cornered her, what with all the murdering her minions and trying to kill her.
Maddie!
Maybe if we back off, play it safe, we can find ourselves some leverage.
Really? So you think she'll just give back to her if we ask real nice? Oh, you should start a hashtag.
After everything we lost. Truce is better than you and LaFontaine and I risking our lives.
Well, it would be if she actually meant it.
But
She doesn't.
what if she does mean it?
She doesn't. She's...
I have known my mother for over 300 years. She doesn't do truces. She doesn't do
Listen
mercy.
to the one who knows.
The only reason she'd be talking to us
The
is
one with
because
the experience.
there's something we've done or something we might do that makes us a threat. It's put us back on the board.
The board.
What?
The The board of governors. I told you I'd seen that creepy symbol before. It was totally the seal of that creepy owl lady from the board. And she was totally an oracle. Cuckoo, the prophetess of Eridu.
Do you think she's the one who wrote us that message back in 1874?
I mean, it's possible. If the board was supposed to keep control of the dean, maybe she saw the dean was going to try and get rid of the board and wrote us down a message.
And Kooky Lady couldn't have warned us before, oh, I don't know, all of last semester happened?
I don't think anybody's claiming she was a very good oracle. She definitely missed the part when Vordenberg was going to kill her.
Okay, so this Book of Lives, maybe it was like a board backup plan or some kind of weapon?
Or a bargaining chip to get revenge of the body snatchers to give Perry back.
Okay, where do we look for it?
Well, it just so happens we have 142 years of board meeting minutes in the back catalog.
Lucky us. Let the
Research.
mind-numbing boredom begin.
If the dean finds out you've opted for secret weapons research, that's the end of any chance for peace.
Well, I'm thinking that won't be a problem if she doesn't find out until I'm killing her with it.
Laura, grow the fuck up. Does Elise actually know? Is she helping or sabotaging? She's helping. She's helping.
How goes the secret truce violating archive dive?
Well, somewhere around 1924, the text started moving on its own. So either the board schemed to do stuff the lacrosse team with werewolf hormones had somewhere else to be, or I just really need to caffeinate.
Did you find anything about the book?
What
Or the
is
hell
with the
dates?
badges?
The talisman?
Would you care if I had?
No, of
that
course
I
not.
care.
Because I have this scarf I'm making.
Really? That's why you were looking at the crime board?
Just ran out of yarn. Wasn't feeling guilty about anything.
You know, girl isn't being
Of
fooled.
course.
God, what now?
Okay, don't alarm anyone, but you know how our lives kind of depend on my having figured out what kind of crazy the library is going to throw at us next?
Yeah?
She hasn't
It's
figured out
gone
how
insane.
yet.
Like somebody poked it with a sharp stick?
Like we're being attacked. Yeah, I think maybe your mom figured out what you were up to.
Next, please.
Fountain, Ubavalt, Howling Abyss, Hellscape, Desert, the interior of some sort of space whale?
How is the dean even doing this?
No idea. Oh, red room full of knives?
The dean can't just break in here and get to us, can she?
I don't know. I think the
She
library's
can-
shifting like this to get away from her. Nuclear wasteland, iceberg, room full of knives again.
Oh, Hermione! Oh,
Hermione?
oh, you just had to go and make your mother angry, didn't you?
Wait, you're blaming this on me?
I don't know if you noticed this, but until you went looking for the Necronomicon, we weren't under siege.
How would she have even found out?
I don't know, maybe the board minutes were alarmed. You said the text started
Maybe
moving.
she can see the fucking thing that you're...
It really likes that one.
Yeah, or maybe it was her plan all along. Wait, how many times has it shown us that red room?
The tornado of knives? Seems to be stuck on that.
Do you think it means something?
Could be. Hey, I think there's something on the altar at the end of the hall. It's that creepy owl symbol again.
Yeah, I see it. Where are the glasses? Give me the glasses. Give me the glasses. Yeah. Okay. The book we need's in there.
How could you possibly know that?
Because of the giant set of glowing runes that say the book you need isn't here, idiots.
There's no way that it says that.
Yeah, you're right. Idiots translate something to more like brain idiots, but I thought it'd be concise.
We are not going in there. That is a bad room.
The library is pointing us right at it.
Maybe it is, and maybe it wants to help, or maybe it wants to grind our bones and make its bread. It isn't big on consistency. And have you looked in there? The Cenobites want their playhouse back.
I am not giving up
have
our
my
best
own
sleeve
theory
because
about that.
You'd rather redecorate than risk getting a paper cut. I'm a vampire.
That's not even the point.
What is?
Fine, let's say we fling ourselves into that chainsaw masquerading as a room and you get your talisman. You know what happens next. The book is just gonna tell us that we have to go to some hell dimension for a secret potion, or outrun the nation's death beast, or after that there'll be another thing, and another until finally one of them gets us, or your mother gets us, or we drop dead of exhaustion, and I don't want to live like that anymore. I just want you and me
Tough.
and laugh to live our safe little lives, eating out of vending machines and not dying for no reason.
As touching as this was, I think I found a flaw in your will be safe in your plan.
The dean can't keep us up forever.
I will be dead way before that.
Laugh is going to charge in
Carm,
first.
Don't. I've lost too much already. I can't lose you too.
Sorry, cutie. Safety's never really been a good look on me.
Oh. Okay. And the room with the knives is gone.
Hey, score one for the library. We're saved.
Hooray.
You're not saved, you're just calm. They're cleaning.
You'd think that since everything in this room is part of the library, it'd be more careful about messing itself up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't conceptualize order and chaos the same way we do. Hey, can you
Laura's
stop with
being
the stress cleaning?
Perry.
My name is Perry.
Sorry,
Exactly.
I just didn't want to think about... How long now?
36 minutes, 12 seconds. 4 minutes later than the last time you asked. You know, as soon as I'm finished gearing up, I'm going after her. Nothing's stopping you from coming too.
I can't believe she did this.
Really?
Yes! It's selfish and inconsiderate and...
Totally in keeping with her brand new all-consuming desire to kill the dean.
I mean, what does she expect us to
You're
do?
just grabbing
throw her blindly
yourself,
into
you
terrifying danger because you shouldn't put
bloody
people in a
Netflix
position like that.
binging
You don't
bitch.
say.
And, I mean, we just barely got away from the dean last time. What does she think we're going to do if we get our hands on the book? Carm can't expect us to just back her up on that.
Look, I'm pretty sure Carmilla's not expecting you to back her up.
Oh, God, you think because she's been in there for 36 minutes?
38.
38 minutes that she's dead?
No, what I'm saying is Carmilla's got a fairly good grasp of the obvious.
The obvious.
That you're reacting to the trauma and disappointment of past failures with a combination of deliberate withdrawal and denial. As far as defense mechanisms go, it's been pretty effective.
I see. So you think I'm too much of a coward to go in there?
No, I don't think you're a coward.
I think you're an idiot.
Frosh, over the last year, I've watched you take on a vampire with a spatula, a diabolical corporate takeover with a news podcast, and a murderous fish god with no plan whatsoever. So do I think you're afraid of a souped-up blender commercial? No.
She's just being an idiot!
You're afraid that if tragic vampire liver out there gets her hands on something to use against the dean, you're gonna lose her. And between all your repressed, squishy feelings and everything you gave up trying to save her, you were completely unable to deal with that possibility.
That's not what I'm... My feelings are not squishy.
Of course, the only problem with that line of reasoning is that denial are not books and talismans or not. Carmilla is going after the dean who, if the state of our drinking water is any indication, is using the Book of Revelations as a warm-up act. Do you really think our friendly neighborhood vampire stands a better chance without whatever help we can give her? Look, if you're not ready, you're not ready.
Sorry, Laugh. I can't.
Laughs and guggles in. Pause. Because I have to. Because I feel compelled to point out that Revelations was written by a guy who lived on an island renowned for its psychedelic mushrooms. It never should have been put in the Bible in the first place. But with all the fear-mongering, of course they would put it in. So... I mean, the Seven Gates of Hell, it's more of a fictional source. But biblical, it grates.
They survived this. LaFontaine is so cut off from psychology today.
Shut up. Precisely, scrubs later. Oh, this is going to be the episode with the hug, isn't it? Why are you scrubbing around the books? Move the books, scrub the whole thing, put the books back, and you're still...
Oh, thank Dumbledore! I was starting to worry I was never going to see you again.
She actually hopped on
You
laughing.
weren't the only one.
That was a... Well...
If that was the library's idea of helping, I think it needs to review the concept.
Well, if the book is a weapon, maybe it needed to test us. Weed out the unworthy. You've got to admire its creativity. Very Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I'm feeling very appreciative of the blow darts on my...
Hey! She who jumps into death traps does not get to whine about her butt hurt.
Oh, is that so?
Yes, it is a very well-known fact that I just made up right now.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah. You just make up all the rules now.
Well, that's what happens when you disappear for so long.
No repressed squishy feelings here. Cute as this whole butt hurt thing is, I'm gonna go analyze this desiccated book husk we just risked our lives getting our hands on.
I need to are going to fucking reconcile or something now.
So, congratulations, I guess, on the whole successful book quest thing.
Don't worry. I'm sure it'll send us hunting some horrible death beast soon enough.
She knows. And does she really have to use that first?
Good evening, students of Silas.
Oh, it's a
I come
general
to you
address.
tonight with sad news. While most of you are, of course, fearfully loyal, there remain those who insist upon defying their dean, who think the simple fact that I haven't been able to reach them yet means I have no way to hurt them, as though their teachers and classmates and friends are not here in my power. And so, with that in mind, my dears, let's discuss the concept of consequences.
Ah! That could be a prelude to Danny. I hope it's a prelude to Danny. But apparently she can't get anyone
It
into
is so disappointing to offer an olive branch only to have one's efforts rejected.
No one believes your
But
olive branches.
I'm not one to waste a teachable moment. And so, an object lesson in the cost of defiance. You all remember our beloved journalism professor, Miss Cochran. Apparently, the
zombie.
professor disapproves of Silas's new direction. So much so that she decided to impersonate a student named Nellie to infiltrate the site of the new Corvée Educational Center and send classified information to unauthorized personnel in blatant disregard of Silas' communications policy. As such, I've had no choice but to
Shoot her in the head.
of her tenure. And all its attendant privileges.
Burned her alive. Unalive. Yeah.
Let me be perfectly clear, students of Silas. Disloyalty will not be tolerated. Whatever little plans you're currently hatching, they're already doomed.
That's what you said last time.
Okay, you're right. She knows about the book.
Annie.
But how could she possibly know?
Does it matter? She's secret spies or
She's
spidey
watching
senses or a
the
freaking
thing.
mystical panopticon, which is why we should never have gone after her in the first place.
Camera.
No, but something's tipped her hand. She's made a mistake. I mean, she would never unless there's something in that book that's a real threat to her.
Yeah?
Something that could finally end her.
Tell that to Professor Cochran.
And the great evening star fell, burning to carve its path through the gates of Urgel, 8-pointed, and for every point a watchman.
Chaos.
The dead, the ocean, the bones, and the great grass plains. For every point a shackle closed. For the dead, the ocean, the bones, and it just keeps going on like that for...
Very 41st millennium.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Remind me if I'm ever writing a world
Or maybe it's
book
just
of prophecies
Warhammer.
that extend
It
metaphors
shouldn't.
of bad luck.
You think? Huh. Oh, look, this one rhymes. Perfect. 4 to make a circle, 4 to make a cage. The word, the blood, the chalice, and the liar's heart presaged.
You know, maybe it'll make more sense after a good night's insomniac staring at the ceiling.
Sure, you do that. Hey,
Hey.
how are you doing?
After watching my favorite teacher's soul get sucked out of her body, peachy. I know Professor Cochran was an academic zombie resurrected to save on faculty salaries, but she taught me a lot. She gave me the only
She's
A I ever
nice.
got at Silas.
And you still think making nice with my mother's the way to go?
It's not that I don't get it. After everything she did to you, to me, your matricidal urges, totally justified. It's just... everything I did last semester played directly into her hands. The choices I made that got Danny killed, that got Maddie killed.
By But
They came out of me believing that my life is some kind of story where good stood up, fought and vanquished evil, and that love can never hurt you. And you're right, that was naive. So, I'm trying to figure out what the new world-wise Hollis would do. At exactly the moment that you decided to graduate from Apathy Gal to Lady Vengeance. And welcome to Irony Land and its sister nations. Serves you right, Laura.
Isn't that Maddie's?
I'm not doing this to punish you.
I know. If I really thought it'd be as simple as get all 4 talismans, stop the Dean.
Wait, what'd you just say?
Get all 4 talismans, stop the Dean?
Where in the name of all that's unholy would you get the idea there are 4 talismans?
Were you listening to the
she
book?
Paid attention.
4 to make a circle, 4 to make a cage, the word. That's probably the book, as Cookie Lady said.
Yukuku.
Yeah. She said that the book was the first talisman, right? Which leaves the blood.
The chalice and the liar's heart presaged.
Yeah, exactly.
Brava.
Dollars to donuts, those whatever they are the other 3 talisman. And you need 4 to make a cage.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. 4 board members, 4 talismans to cage the Dean. Not quite as clear-cut as 1 ring to rule them all, but nothing a half semester of English Lit can't handle.
Are you helping
You're
now?
amazing.
It's possible the extreme crafting wasn't quite using all my bandwidth.
I mean, do you even realize if we could get all 4 talismans and finally end my mother? Do you realize what this would mean?
You mean
Freedom.
besides getting to go somewhere with an actual beach for summer vacation?
No more running.
Freedom.
No more hiding. No
Actual
more constant threat of her
freedom.
hurting us.
Going to a school where the only thing you have to worry about surviving are your exams. Getting Perry back.
Finally being free.
To do anything, go wherever we want. Oh, like Paris. We could go to Paris and get a crappy apartment and read Simone de Beauvoir and eat
That's
chocolate croissants.
Pretty much what she wanted in season 2.
And by we, I mean you. You could do all those things.
No. You can both do those things.
Get anyone to remind you of past disappointments.
Say the thing. Say the thing.
I should.
No! Say the thing!
I'm gonna kill something to eat. Good.
Not in there. Damn it, Carmilla, why didn't you say the thing?
I do need to be haunted by my stupid mistakes forever.
Eh. She's taking it back. But it's smushed now, isn't it? Sentimental value, or is there something you can do with it? Ah! You didn't have to puff to do that. You didn't have to scream to puff in season 2. Eh? Okay. They've added a bit on the end of this one. Jordan Alexander, take me out tonight. Why have they added Skydive the Witching Hour? Is this like the unofficial Carmilla soundtrack being made official in some regard. And there's something else I want to mention. I've paused it, obviously. New legal bullshit. You can only listen to so much of 8 tracks in one sitting because of legal bullshit. So Ellen, whatever. Why don't you just make a YouTube playlist and bypass 8 tracks altogether, and do like what Slay did with her 400 videos. Shut it, whatever. Is there anything after Skydive? Apparently not.
Greetings, researchers of the future. For tracking purposes, it is the 78th day of my involuntary expedition to the Silas University Library. Efforts to breach the university's outgoing firewall continue to be futile as the encryption algorithm evolves faster than I can analyze it. Whatever the dean's got wired into the system, it is next level. Meanwhile, on the forcibly extract the malevolent alien entity possessing my best friend front,
What does the dean want?
progress has been made in the acquisition of the Book of Lives, which may well be the
Why
first
is
component
she
of a
opening the
fourfold
gates?
supernatural containment
Does she just want
device.
to-
I'd like to be able to report more, but due to recent personal developments, my colleagues are less research-focused than I could hope for. Exhibit A. Hey, can you read me back that footnote on personal boundaries?
There are cobwebs.
As if Laura hasn't spent the last 2 months obsessively cleaning every square inch of this place. Still unconvinced? Exhibit B awaits.
Oh, sorry. Excuse me. After you.
Go ahead.
No, it's fine. I can get all soapy and naked another time. Not soapy and naked. I bathe soapless and with my clothes on.
No, you don't.
Still on the fence? Let's proceed to Exhibit C.
The way I see it, we've got 3 major avenues of inquiry.
Oh,
One, what are
we're
the
finally
other 3
seeing
talismans?
something of
2,
Elise
what
in
exactly
the
is the deed and how is she possessing Perry?
Yoga
And
thing.
3, what does she hope to accomplish by opening up the gates of hell? You know what? Give me the glasses.
Oh, don't step on the glasses.
Seriously?
I can't blame Carmilla for being
Hey.
distracted by that.
Working so hard. Thought you might want some cocoa. Oh, did we get it on the book?
That's it. How in Scully's name are we supposed to find the other talismans and save Perry when you 2 idiots ruin everything with your insipid relationship drama? Figure it out!
Yes!
Sheesh.
Can we have the hug
They
now?
do sort of have a point. Clearly, there are feelings that we have for each other. It's just, things are also complicated with the past and us being really different people. So maybe it's better if we just acknowledge that there are feelings, but that it would never work out, and clearly it's getting in the way, so maybe it's best if we just tried to be
Or
friends.
Friends?
you won't
Seems
be
healthier than the whole
friends.
doomed relationship thing.
You'll never be friends.
Well, I guess as long as I don't have to braid her hair and talk about girls, then you can call me whatever you want.
You'll fight, and you'll
John
shag.
Frankenstein will be pleased. Wait, didn't I leave Maddie's locket?
Darlings, I thought I'd check in and make sure you got my message.
You mean your impromptu journalistic roast? Yeah, you completely convinced us that we'd be safe in your clutches.
That was hardly the point, dear. You're usually so quick on the uptake.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
No, don't do that.
I guess we were a little distracted with your complete failure to break in here and make good on your threats. Tell me, does it smart being outwitted by a pile of brick and mortar?
Are you so sure that's
Danny?
what happened?
Danny.
Just me, or is it getting kind of cold in here?
Wily as our bookish friend is, there's only so much of space and time to hide in, and doing something momentous, say, opening an ancient book full of powerful prophecies, why, that might just be like shooting up a flare.
You're bluffing. If that were true, you'd be here already.
It's entertaining to think of you and your little powder puff grappling with real prophecy. What would you do if you found your doom waiting in those pages? What would you do if you found hers? But perhaps you're right. Perhaps I'm only bluffing. Maybe even if I did find you, the enchantment's keeping me out of the library.
Danny, please. Enough magic. Bring us the vamp, Danny.
What do you do about that? You look positively chilled, little one. Has someone left a door open somewhere?
Hey, we need to borrow a book.
Danny! Oh god, an asshole is with her. The guy who stabbed her in the back is with her. What the fuck?
Danny, you're alive. How are you alive?
She's
It's not a
not.
good idea. Xena doesn't have a heartbeat.
She's a... The Dean turned you into a vampire?
Surprise.
God, Danny, I'm so sorry. If I would have known,
You would have what?
She
Sent
isn't.
flowers. Weren't you a little busy surrendering the campus I died for to save your sweetie bear? Before my body was even cold.
You'll have to forgive my associate's lack of professionalism. Vampires, you know. But we are here in an official capacity. The Book of Lives is the exclusive
What are you
property
waiting
of
for?
the
Just
Corvette
kill him
Corporation.
already.
Hand it over now and we won't have to forcibly expropriate it.
Forcibly expropriate? Oh, meathead. You've gone and forgotten who can rip out whose spleen in this equation.
And...
Yeah, that would be me.
Carm!
What's the matter, dead girl? All those times we tussled, now you're not up for a rematch? Scared of a fair fight?
What my associate means to say is there's no point in trying to keep the book from us. She's more than capable of...
Ugh, can the business speak? Your major was sports management. Besides, the book is right there.
Danny, this isn't you. Whatever the Dean did to you, it's not who
You
you
think
really
I'm
are.
upset because the Dean made me a vampire? As if it wasn't the best thing that has ever happened to me. What was I before? Weak, gullible, naive, dead. You could hardly wait to get rid of me.
That's not what happened.
Please. Like you cared about anyone except your precious Carmilla.
God
Why
damn
are we still
it.
talking about this? Break some bones, grab the book. The boss lady is not a fan of inefficiency.
Sweet gig, Xena. Better, faster, stronger, and taking orders from the toady who killed you.
Whatever. He's not even the only person in this room who's tried it.
Yeah, you hate me. I get it. But you know, the longer you let Mother twist you into her tool, the more you'll have to regret. And trust me, eternity's a long time to live with it.
Are you feeling sorry for me? That's the funniest thing I've heard in ages. God, the way the Dean talks about you. You used to be terrifying. Her red right hand standing beside her when the final gate opens and the new world
Whoa,
begins.
whoa. Yeah, by all means, explain our plans
Now look
right
at you.
to them.
Carmilla, the fangless wonder. The vampire in love.
That's not even... We're just friends.
Really?
No, you're not. You
That's interesting. So I guess you wouldn't mind if I do this.
I mind.
But Hollis, I'm finally your type. I thought you liked the bad girls.
You know, I'm really starting to miss the humorless do-gooder in you.
Let her go, Lawrence.
Okay, I actually liked him for a second. That's...
Surely a talisman that can control your all-powerful, epically evil mother is more important than some.
Your mother too now.
So you're gonna hand over the book? Or am I finally gonna get a taste?
Now we're talking. Hand it over.
Unfortunately, it wasn't even a question or...
Fine. Have it your way.
Get away from my daughter, you bloodsuckers!
Yes! Dad makes an appearance. Bear spray?
What the hell is this?
Bear spray, my own recipe.
Do you think that's gonna stop me from...
Why are you just standing there taking more of it? That's not quite right.
Dad!
Sweetheart.
Still all about that bear spray, huh?
You think we need to talk about the friends you're making?
Danny's not a friend.
Really?
She
Yes,
was.
I couldn't help but notice you went for snowy Uberwald instead of live volcano.
Not now, okay, Carm? God, Dad. Wait, how are you even here? Last time we talked, you were packing the car to come get me for Christmas vacation, and then the earthquake started, and...
Yeah, well, you remember Mrs. Kransky, right? Well, her son Louis, he applied to Silas, and he brought him along to check out the campus. And then when the earthquakes happened, well, we got stuck in Einhorn for the night. Around 3 a.m., I get woken up by Mr. Hollis. Dude, your daughter's making some crazy-ass vids.
Video? You saw my videos?
The missing roommate, human sacrifice, my roommate the vampire bit me.
Well, the blood loss was minor.
But none of that compares remotely compares to the fact that you were possessed by an evil, supernatural, evil dean of a private university where I am paying an exorbitant amount of tuition to keep you safe. Anyway, I left Louis in Einhorn, and I nearly drove off the road twice trying to get here, and then the last huge earthquake just swallowed my car, and I was rescued by a giant, which would really have been upsetting if videos hadn't already broadened my horizon. So anyway, this giant, Bob, he needed help navigating through the Styrian Alps, and he has a cousin, apparently, who works here. Do you know him? He works in the phys ed department. Anyway, everything was fine. We decided to hike in together, and everything was going great until we came across a safety patrol of Styrian villagers. Well, it might as well have been the crowd
Torches
scene from
and
Frankenstein.
pitchforks, yeah.
And then I managed to sneak onto campus while they just kept chasing poor Bob with those pitchforks. And then it was just about little tiny swarms of dragons and talking fungus and a lady who I think was a harpy. None of them had any idea of what might have happened to you. And then I saw this door, and I put my ear up against it to listen, and I hear you. I hear you getting assaulted by a vampire again.
So how many of my videos did you see exactly?
Hey, Laura, great news on the research front.
Dad, this is my friend, LaFontaine. Laugh. This is my dad.
Wow, you weren't kidding about the overprotective bit. I'm pretty sure my parents have rented out my room to a nursing student and decided she's my replacement.
LaFontaine. Laura's talked about you. You're the biology major with the sampling obsession. And who doesn't want to be a girl anymore?
Dad, that's not...
It's fine. It's less about the she and more about the they these days, Mr. Hollis.
Oh, of course, my apologies.
It can take some getting used to.
Yeah,
It can.
Well, I mean, I can deal with
Personal
vampires and
experience.
giants. This is hardly a stretch.
That's very logical.
So anyway, speaking of vampires, do you ladies and not ladies just mind giving me a moment alone with my daughter?
Of course.
Thank you.
Come on, Betsy. I need an extra pair of eyes on these.
Yeah. Go on, car.
So, look, honey, I only
hasn't
saw
seen
Louis
it.
Kransky's greatest hits, but believe me, it was more than enough.
Good. Because some of those videos might have been edited in ways that could be misleading.
Really? So you're not camped out in an evil university, dating a vampire who nearly gave you up as a human sacrifice? Hmm?
Okay, yes, but escaping the evil university was complicated, and Carm would never hurt me. She saved my life.
Oh, would your life have needed saving if she wasn't in it?
Actually,
Do you remember what I said to you when you told me you were a lesbian?
Thank God you finally said it.
After that.
you knew
Better find a
before
girl
she
who
did.
deserves you.
Yes! That! And this might be so shocking to you, but murderous vampire wasn't exactly what I had in mind!
Dad, seriously, are you more concerned with the evil university or my love life?
Is there a difference?
It's not even like that. We aren't even really together anymore.
Really?
He knows better. And he's only just arrived.
All right, well, okay. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's much more complicated than what I've seen, and she does get points for saving your life, so we can take her with her when we leave. You just have to say your goodbyes before we get home.
Wait, what? Home?
Yeah, honey. I just spent the last 5 months battling through untold insanity trying to find you. You bet your sweet Bippy I'm taking you home!
Your sweet baby. Pause. I haven't watched Veronica Mars, and I'm only vaguely aware of him as an actor. But I saw his interview for this, and I'm aware of him. I'm not exactly sure how, but I love this guy. You know, I'm starting to think that there's a culture in traditional television that just doesn't allow for this kind of. The battery on the camera started freaking, so I took the opportunity to get a refill. And I've completely forgotten anything I might have said after that last episode, which is a tad frustrating, but where are we on this? Episode 10 of 17. And I was expecting more from the Lawstein confrontation rematch thing. And I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed that Danny's character changes so much after being raised or vamped or whatever. It's... I mean, did the same thing happen to Carmilla and Will? Whatever.
So, your dad's on an epic quest to find a healthy vending machine. You know, for a complete paranoid, he is pretty cool.
Kate then,
Okay, I thought you'd be all Hollis reunion after party, but instead you look like somebody ate all the marshmallows out of your cereal.
He wants to take me home.
The same man who used a baby monitor on you till you were 11. Yeah, shocker.
big surprise, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can tell him I'm an adult now. I can make my own decision.
Or you can go
What
home.
decision?
If Dad's plan can really work, his friend can get us out of here.
You're assuming
After
Bob
everything
isn't
that's gone
dead.
wrong, everyone we've lost, the idea of getting the hell out of here.
Well, what about Perry or JP?
Haven't seen JP yet.
We don't know if either one of them is still alive.
we don't have any evidence that they're not. How can you even be thinking about leaving when most of the student population is in chains and the dean is planning on opening up the gates of hell?
Yeah, the situation is dire at Silas University. Guess what? It always has been. The only thing my getting involved ever did was make it worse.
Self-pity does
No,
not
it's
become
one
you.
of those who was almost fish food. I don't agree. You're scared, and you're allowed to be.
Get out of this funk, Laura.
No one's coming to save us. We are all that we've got, which means that if we leave, it's over.
We leave? I don't see you leaving Perry under any circumstances. There needs to be more of her. You need to actually say something. We need to see that. It jinxes even after she's arrived. What's that about? What are you up to? What's up? Did that candle become blood? What are you up to? You're playing your own game. It's the La Sombra way. Manipulation is the La Sombra way. What are you?
So those are new.
Yeah.
Do we have any idea how
No.
they... Well, that's suspicious. They look almost Sumerian. Maybe Carm can help translate.
Yeah, I think she's a little preoccupied at the moment.
Yeah, because I need life advice from a man who found out about vampires yesterday.
Well, you catch up fast when one of them is lunging at your daughter's neck with her razor-sharp teeth.
For the last time, I told you I needed the blood to stop the little weasel who was about to get us both killed.
Oh, well, that makes it all better then.
Yes.
Are you ready to go?
Go.
Okay, let's everyone take a breath. Carm, maybe let's ixnay on the Udblay talker on my dad, yeah, and Dad, maybe you can hang out with Laugh while Carm and I chat. You can tell them about that panic room that you built with the autonomous ventilation system.
Yeah, go play MacGyver.
You know what? It must be so easy, right? To have this luxury of being so blasé about all this violence. Because the image of my daughter's bleeding neck is burned in my mind. The idea of her laying on the ground bleeding and never getting up.
Dad.
All right? How many times has this place and these people nearly taken your life? Well, I'm not giving them another chance. First light, we're getting out of here.
No, you're not.
First light.
No, you're not. The story would be over too soon if that was true. Yeah. Will you two finally do the thing?
So you're leaving.
That's his plan.
He wants to take me home.
And what do you want?
Kick the dean's
I don't
ass
know.
out of Perry?
Can't remember the last time I felt sure about anything. I've been so scared for so long. The thought of going home. Sleeping in my bed, in my room with my books, with someone trying to kill me. It has a certain appeal.
However you feel about
Will I
her,
ever be
she's
able to
still a
forgive myself
child.
if I just run away and leave Perry and all the students in the pit behind? Leave Laugh? Leave you?
What do you want me to say?
Well, we're friends now, right? So I can ask you for advice. What do you think I should do?
As your friend?
Of course.
I think you should go.
What?
As your friend.
You asked for my advice. That's my advice.
I have to say, this is disappointing.
Is that the dean?
I didn't raise you from oblivion to have you turn tail at the first sign of bear spray.
Does she know we can hear her?
Unless I've made a dreadful mistake, Miss Hollis, the answer to that should be no.
What? Is he digitized again? What? No. Ah! Explain! Bugger.
JP, is that you?
I believe so.
How are you?
I was ambushed by the gentleman from Corvey and tasered extensively.
Where are you now?
Somewhere dark. There are chains, wires, pain. But you need to listen.
It wasn't my fault.
Yeah, I blew out chance at the book with my dramatic romantic quarrels.
Someone's on their rag.
It's not my period, you misogynist lackwit.
The plan is simple, children. Open the gates, and it's my world. No more nations, no more culture, no more people. Unless you count the ones who keep us slaves. And the only obstacle to that would be Carmilla and her doomed little paramour using those talismans to stop me. If you intend to serve me in hell, so to speak, you'll need to bring me something more substantial than excuses.
Hey, D-Bear. I know you're doing your dark side thing, and I don't want to cramp your style, but the Paradine lady's talking about hell on Earth. Aren't you worried that might be a little bit aggro?
Kirsch, are you going to shut up or am I having beefcake for dinner?
I'll be good. Say, you don't think a guy could eat an actual beefcake, do you? Because I'm seriously jonesing for protein and...
JP, you
He's
still there?
alive.
For a little longer, you had to know.
When she opens the last gate.
Hell on Earth. We all die.
No, JP, you can't go. I have to find you to save you. I need, if you're wired into the firewall, there's...
I'm not sure you can. My body, I can't move. I'll send when I can.
So that's her plan. Unleash hell on Earth. Rule it. Kill everyone in her way. It's clear. Concise.
It's why you and your dad need to get out of here. The bio major and I can find the other 3 talismans. Look at what you do anyway.
Yeah. What good can I do?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They look like Sumerian, but they're not Sumerian.
They're definitely in the Book of Lives. They crop up everywhere the second talisman is mentioned.
Didn't she step on those glasses?
Are you getting anything from the glasses?
Yeah, something about putting your toys away when they're done. Yeah, they definitely haven't made sense since someone dropped them.
Yeah.
So... Dad's pretty much packed up everything, so I guess it's...
Yeah, no, I've got a lot to do. I have to trace down where JP is wired in and make a list of demon species capable of long-term possession.
Laugh.
She's not a demon.
Enjoy your life, Laura.
It's set with steps. Actual steps.
So, how do you plan on getting off campus?
Dad's friend, Bob, giant. Turns out he was more than a match for some torches and pitchforks. He's waiting for us in a T4 walled. You could still come with us.
Yeah. Bet your dad would be thrilled about that.
He'd get over it. And who knows? Maybe the dean wouldn't even bother hunting you down. Maybe...
Hell on Earth would just stay in a nice little radius around Silas.
Not so much, huh?
Come on, sweetie. We should get going.
Oh, you had to interrupt.
Guess I just never really imagined it ending this way.
It's not going to...
How did you imagine it ending?
I don't know.
The two of you in Paris.
I mean, Dad came all this way, and it's not like I'm some indispensable chosen one, and the smart thing to do would be to leave, right?
Clearly.
Bob's waiting.
It's not gonna happen, Mr. Hollis.
I don't know. I guess I thought I'd graduate and get a crappy job and go to Comic-Con with a girl I love, and...
Carmilla at Comic-Con.
And why should that be too much to ask? I mean, why should the dean just get to decide that she's all power-hungry and wants to be queen of hell and ruin everything for the rest of us?
Is this how it's gonna happen?
Do you care? You're going home.
But I can't, can I? Not really.
He's not.
I can't just pretend that hell on earth is gonna stop at the doorway of my childhood bedroom.
Well, it depends on what I reinforce it with.
No.
No, it won't.
Dad, you want to keep me safe. And I get that. But this isn't your decision. If the dean is planning on ending the world in an all caps kind of way, I'm not safe on the sidelines. None of us are. The only way that we'll ever be safe is if we stand up, if we stop her, if we fight.
If you think I'm leaving you here.
Dad, look at this face. You know this face. You know what it means.
Note serious face.
And you know that I'm right. That's why you're gonna stay too.
All right, well, this discussion isn't over, young lady. I have faces too.
So, how exactly does this new world-wise Laura Hollis plan on stopping my mother?
Well, we need 3 more talismans, right? I think I know where to start looking.
I never expected myself to, as a Kigo fanfic writer, I never expected myself to appreciate Unstoppable, but...
About a year ago, I put my journalism project up online because my roommate was missing, and unbelievably enough, I'm doing it again. With JP and the library's help, Laugh thinks we can get 1 blast through the firewall, so we're broadcasting everything we've recorded over the last few days because you need to know what's going on. The Dean of Silas is some kind of ancient, unkillable, seriously evil thing. She's possessed my former Flordon and is using the student body as slave labor to open the gates of hell. Near as we can tell, she's got 4 open already, and when she opens the 7th, it's gonna unleash, well, hell, which, from everything we know, is gonna be immediately bad for Silas and shortly thereafter the planet. When I put up that first vlog, I didn't know if anyone could help. But if you're out there, if there's anything you can do, help us with the weird non-Sumerian symbols we can't translate, loan us a secret wand, or an army of ghosts, or Death Star blueprints, anything, we'll take it. If we're still, alive in a few days, we'll try and broadcast again, but until then, just keep on hoping.
You didn't review the footage and see Maddie?
So not exactly we will fight on the beaches, huh?
Was I not inspirational enough about the impending doom? Look, we have to stop the Dean. I wouldn't be getting my Christiana Monpour on if that wasn't the most important thing there is, but...
I have no idea
the girl
who
who
that
thought
is.
all she had to do to save the world was get a webcam and be all, "Stand, women of Gondor," she doesn't live here anymore. I'm a realist now.
I'm glad to hear that. Because if you're planning to stay here and save the world, then we need to establish some ground rules. 1. No more keeping secrets about vast supernatural conspiracies.
Fair enough.
That's fair.
2. No more gallivanting off on dangerous missions.
Okay, we don't gallivant.
3. You run by any plan or activity that you intend to undertake by me for safety assessment. And you will wear any safety gear I deem necessary.
Dad, I am not wearing a biohazard suit again.
Papa Hollis come all the time.
Anywhere but here.
You must think I'm ridiculous, what with your sex, blood, and rock and roll attitude. But this is my job. Just making sure that she is safe for as long as possible.
And how do you plan on doing that? By locking her up in a tower?
It's a thought. Maybe something with really high walls.
Yeah, like a deep moat, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe one of those man-eating dragons to guard it. You think that would work?
I don't know. She's always had a knack for finding trouble.
Oh, don't I know it. When she was 5, she tried to rally her kindergarten class against the evils of princess culture. It was no less terrifying then.
I bet.
See, which is why I don't understand why you would have her stay here instead of coming home with me.
You think it was my idea?
What? Oh, please. She did not dig her heels in until after her little chat with you.
Trust me. If she were listening to me, you'd both be on your way back home.
What?
Yeah.
That is unexpected.
Did she really try to start a kindergarten uprising?
Oh boy. Is it the
And there she
aneurysm
was,
time?
pigtails and all, and she says, "I have proof, Mr. Vice Principal, that you have been embezzling from the 4th grade Candygram Fund."
You're kidding me.
And he He had to resign. In fact, there was a picture of her in the local newspaper that I think I still have in my wallet.
Dad,
No, that's her
what are you...
preschool pageant
Yes.
right there. I'm just showing
happening here?
Carmilla some photos.
Some baby... Oh, God, this is what an aneurysm feels like.
No, come on, don't be embarrassed. Oh, that's her little ladybug poster.
No, it's time for you to go. You have to help LaFontaine with the science power tool. Just go.
I don't know what you're getting all pink and huffy about.
You mean besides the mortification?
He's proud of you.
Which is amazing when you're 5. At 19, you could start treating me like an adult, you know?
I don't know. The only father I ever had saw me as an inconvenience until I was old enough to be traded as chattel, so I can't really empathize with embarrassing wallet photos.
Carm, I didn't think of that.
Sita.
It's okay. It's not something you have to.
I know, but no, it is.
Sita the Aragon.
We're friends now, right?
You're not just friends. You'll never be friends. How many times do I have to quote Spiked?
Yes. Friends. You know, people who care when their callous attitude hurts the other one's feelings.
What do you... Wait. Is this because I wanted you to leave?
No. Yes! Do you know how that felt after everything?
It was to keep you safe. Which is all you've been saying you've wanted to do for the past 2 months while you moped around embroidering Firefly dialogue on the curtains. And then you didn't even go.
Cochran,
Well,
please.
sorry, my post-traumatic revelation was inconveniently timed for you.
Your Oh, you mean how you're a realist now?
Pardon me.
Yeah.
A realist? Really?
Well, it's better than being a
You're just lying to yourself about that. A what?
smug,
Hypocritical?
superior,
Delusional?
condescending,
Tightly wound?
This is how it has to
risky,
happen.
uncaring,
nerdy,
nihilistic,
little journalist you wish you
undead.
Yes. The breathing. The breathing. Bollocks!
Hey, Hollis.
Oh my God. Betty?
We got your Doomsday broadcast at Princeton.
Betty.
And if you and Single White Vampire aren't too busy, I've got your translation.
I'm sorry, what?
Those symbols you're whining about, they aren't Sumerian. They're Proto-Akkadian.
Proto-Akkadian?
And sword. So I'm pretty sure your second talisman is the light-eating butcher knife Drusilla dropped in the anglerfish pit.
Son of a bitch. Son of a Turkna. Son of a biznatch. Another music thing. Jenna Mason, Bryce, the one that everybody knows. Jessica Rose, Yesterday's a Dream. It was romance, hooking up with girls. A thought with which I can certainly empathize. Oh, shut up and get on with it.
Hey, Betty, and anyone else who might be watching. It's been about 72 hours since you popped up all ex-roommate ex-machina, which, for those of you who missed it, went pretty much like this. What?
The sword.
What?
The second talisman is the Blade of Haster.
The Blade of Haster.
I'm sorry, I seem to think you keep saying that the soul-sucking sword that probably only left Carmilla alive because she didn't manage to, kill anything with it is the second talisman.
Sharp as ever, Hollis. No wonder your first choice college was an evil death trap with a second-rate journalism program.
Since when is she an expert in ancient Mesopotamian languages?
My high school GPA was a 6.7 Morticia. When it turned out an evil fish god had decided to hijack my brain, I did some research.
Bravo.
A giant expert in extinct languages supposed to be hard?
Which just left us with the issue of getting our hands on the sword. Last we knew, it was where Carmilla had dropped it, in the anglerfish pit. You know, the Dean and her minions from Corvée are currently engaged in the archaeological excavation of hell.
Pause. In my Carmilla / Vampire the Masquerade crossover, my original plan was that the somber character is the one who fished the sword out of the pit, and now I'm probably glad that I didn't continue that fanfiction as far as that.
Like, literal, actual hell.
Okay, so we rappel down.
Repel. We have no idea how many minions the Dean has down there, or how deep the excavation goes.
Okay, so I build us ninja suits and we hang glide into...
Ugh, you numbskulls always make everything way too complicated. I go in, I get the sword, done.
And the possible army waiting for you?
Well, it's simple. I carefully, stealthily eviscerate anyone stupid enough to get in my way.
Like the Dean.
Well, in the event we encounter her, I've narrowed down the demon list to about 5 kinds of awful she could be.
She's not
There are
a
these Sumerian
demon.
ones called Lilitu. You can use an amulet to cast them out.
So a 1 in 5 chance. We play exorcism roulette with the Dean?
Lilith!
I bet
She's
nobody ever
Lilith!
accused Tesla of playing exorcism roulette. Sounds like your dad's plans are ready for some applied genius. Let me know when yours are.
What's he up to?
And Dad's got a new project.
I'm still thinking it's Lilith.
My luck, it's probably one of those
Lolita
tracking chips they
Morgan
put in
is
pets.
the Lilith. And now...
Look, I know you'd much rather just lone wolf it into the pit and grab the sword.
Really? What gave you that idea?
Because it's what you always do.
Yep.
And I get it. No fun discussing strategy with the preschoolers when you're so much smarter than us.
Not so much
It only gets worse when it's
smarter,
about
but
your mother and your revenge, because then you might have to admit that your feelings are getting in the way. Then you might have to admit that you have feelings.
I think you better leave the insights to those who attended freshman psychology cupcake.
Like it's some profound revelation. You never want to admit how you feel. Not how angry you are. Not how scared you are that you'll never escape your mother. Not that you don't know if you can ever forgive me.
well, when Maddie
Not that you aren't
shows
as
up...
confused as I am about what that kiss meant.
Please.
That kiss
I
me...
think nobody's ever kissed me to make themselves feel better.
That's not what I was...
No.
Of course it was.
Oh.
Okay, you want to talk about feelings? You're scared, and you're lonely. And you're not sure you're up to saving the world because you couldn't even save this place. And you wanted to forget that, so you let go of your little friends act and you kiss me, and that's fine.
This is...
But it doesn't mean I'm gonna blindly go back to following your lead.
This is a negative effect of living too long.
I need that sword. And if you don't have a plan by sundown, I'm getting it myself.
And the biggest problem I have with this whole plan
So
is
yes,
that
if
the
you were
sword
wondering,
does
it was
not
possible to
appear
make the
to
Carm
be
situation
like
worse.
the one
Hello,
that's...
I am Laura Hollis, romantic kryptonite. What would Hermione do?
Whittle her
You're right.
wand.
Should definitely worry about averting the apocalypse and not about the feelings. Or the kissing. So, instead of obsessing, I have found us a primo source of intel. You may remember these weird bursts of static we were getting a while back. Turns out it's Mel, who's been podcasting the lowdown from the pit on the Silas Ethernet.
Hi. So glad you found time to care. I mean, it's not like we've been down here for, 2.5 months. I can't believe I thought this was going to be an actual rescue.
Hey, this is totally an actual rescue.
The same way your glorious plan to reclaim the school ended with Lawrence, all evil dead, and the rest of us in a literal hellhole reenacting the Ten Commandments.
Okay, yes, that plan hit a few snags, but we have a new, much better plan of which you are an essential part as our pit person.
Pit person.
Ooh, embedded pit correspondent.
This is the worst.
We just need to figure out what's going on
is
down
the
there so we
worst.
can nab the sword, collect the other talismans, defeat the Dean, and let everyone go. Wham, bam, totally
Is
a plan.
this how the...
Laugh, are you okay? What's going on?
Yeah, no. not to throw a monkey wrench in all the planning, but think I figured out what kind of demon the Dean is.
Laugh, that's amazing. What are we looking at?
She's
Smearing
not a
wind
demon, is
creepy
she?
super
No,
succubus?
she's not a demon. She's
Terrifying
the
Gorgon.
Lilith.
Can we exercise her?
Yeah, turns out that it's not so much a problem, because the Dean is a god.
That's a little too Buffy season 5. It's a little too. Not
Like
a
a
fan of
god?
this plan.
Did you just...
Like a god. Like a full-on as flies to wanton boys, destroyer of worlds, I'm the alpha and the omega god? God? That doesn't seem...
Okay, yes, Mother is controlling and immortal and narcissistic, but
Good
there's no
glorificus.
way that she's a...
She's a god. Do we have a plan for a god?
Not really, I'm an atheist.
Okay, hold up. Before we deify anyone, you stop mentally Googling your favorite mythological quotes, and you explain to me how you came about this little revelation.
Okay, so I've been making a concordance of the Book of Lives, looking for clues about the other talismans and why they might affect the Dean. And I kept coming across all these references to Inanna and Ishtar and Astarte and the Descent.
Lilith.
That's just a Sumerian poem.
Yeah, but the book keeps talking about it like it never happened. Like, for some reason, this Inanna chick was psyched about descending into hell, so the other gods were like, or no. And they used blood magic to bind her into human form using 4 talismans. Which, given that the Dean's looking to open the gates of hell and we're looking for 4 talismans to control her...
Inanna. She's a pretty big god. Like, we aren't talking about some third-rate footnote in charge of sheep bedazzling. That's like your nemesis is Zeus or Odin. Zeus and Odin aren't real. Wait, are Zeus and Odin real? Shouldn't we have known if gods were real?
Of course they aren't real. And even if they were, there's no way that Mother's Inanna, because Inanna's a capricious god of love and warfare. All right, but she loves unquestioning worship and tricks people and threatens to summon the dead.
We're up against a god. Does anyone else miss the days when all we had to deal with were vanishing girls and university? It was probably only run by vampires.
Oh, hi. Hi, remember me hanging out in a pit full of Zetas and vampires?
Oi, sucker! What are you doing over there?
Look, if you 3 are done having your religious crisis, then maybe you want to, I don't know, listen to my freaking podcast and then make a plan to get the sword. Let the wolves devour you and all your cookies. God, crap.
Wow. So I guess that's been happening.
It was nice to see Elsie again, though, huh?
Okay, so here's the lowdown. They have us working in 16-hour shifts. And near the end of the day, they ring this big bell, and then we all trudge back up to the barracks to sleep. Usually either Lawrence or human tapeworm Theo are supervising with a few of the Corvée goons, but near the end of the day, he gets bored, so he turns out to kick off a little early, for beer and a hearty round of harassing the female prisoners. That confusion's probably your best chance to slip in.
And the sword. Do you even know where it is down there?
Well, that's the good news. I mean, if any of this can be remotely considered to be good. Nobody wants to touch that thing. I mean, her supreme prissiness won't even go near it. They had us wall it off behind a cairn of stones while we were digging down to the first gate.
All right. So we wait for the shift to change, sneak in, and dig out the sword, yeah?
I still think if we had ninja suits and hang gliders...
We'd be the henchmen from a Bond film.
Camilla's
Simpler
going
and less prone to
right
mid-air
now.
collision is definitely more our speed. And I'm sure Carm will even back me up on that. Wait, where's Carm? Did she leave?
She's
Vampirella?
going.
She just grabbed a spear and left. But how did you guys miss that?
Okay. Here we go. Almost there. And there we go.
Okay, I'm fine. Stop fussing.
Oh, I see. So fine is our new code word for mysteriously lost consciousness at the pit and had to be
But
rescued
it
by the
doesn't
frail
match
humans?
the photo in
I must
season
have just hit my
1.
head on a rock while I was digging out the sword.
Oh, well. I guess it's a good thing then that you didn't go down there all alone without any backup to carry you and the talisman safely out of the giant evil hell pit.
Is there gonna be a lot more of this gloating? Because I'm starting to miss unconsciousness.
Oh. Guess the library's pleased. So, victory. Well, mostly, despite Carm's little case of the vapors. We managed to steal the sword, sneak back to safety before the Dean even noticed we were gone. Score one for the team.
Laura Eileen Hollis! Did you pick a fight with a god?
Eileen? Her face? I'm not drunk enough for this shit.
Dad, no picking fights. We just had a small errand to run and...
Into a giant hell pit that you snuck into without telling me.
Hell pit has such pejorative connotations. I'm sure its denizens prefer netherworld excavation.
No, you are not wheedling out of this one. We agreed.
No, Dad, you agreed. And what do you expect me to do? In the course of my lifetime, you have protected me from polyester.
Well, they have those carcinogens that leach into your skin.
Swimming holes.
The amoeba that eat your brain.
And my class trip to Clownville.
That place is a cultural Chernobyl. We're not talking about you eating candy corn for dinner, which you definitely also should never do. But we're talking about you crawling into a pit where an evil god who has tried to kill you twice has been camped out with her vampire army.
Okay, yeah, when you put it that way, it sounds kind of bad. But I wasn't alone. Laugh and Carm were with me.
Oh, great. The revenge-obsessed vampire and the lab junkie with the self-preservation instincts of a lemming. I feel much better. I don't mean that personally, obviously. Right?
Why not?
No,
it's totally accurate.
Personally.
Thanks for the support, guys.
What do you think this evil god is going to do when she finds out you stole her sword? This
It's not her sword, it's Hester's sword.
I swear, because if those poor slobs had to watch what their children actually do,
Oh,
they'd go
God.
mad, all right?
He's not going to
Do you
wield the
think
sword,
about what
is
you
he?
did? How close you came to hurting yourself?
Please tell me I didn't just have a
Sorry,
plot thing.
I'm not trying to make you worry. I don't want you to be so scared for me all the time.
It's too late. When I think about what could have happened to you.
Dad, you can't stop things from happening to me. Life happens.
He's going to sacrifice
And if
himself
the
by
Dean
using the
ends
sword,
the
isn't
world,
he?
it doesn't matter if you lock me in the tallest tower or the deepest nuclear bunker. Sometimes there is no safe unless you fight back.
Well, she is.
I wish you hadn't gotten so smart to figure that one out. Okay.
Okay.
But you need to tell me, all right? And you need to let me help. I called Dad on that one.
Fair enough. If you're going to help instead of prevent, hug the man, yeah.
We'll find you some dad-sized adventures.
Hmm.
Okay, so less adventure, more Rubik's Cube. We need to figure out what the third talisman is.
We've got 2 out of 4. The book calls the third talisman the chalice, but it also called the book the word and the sword the blood.
So it might not be literal. It could be sacred wine, or a favorite mug, or a bong, like one of the board members had a secret mystical hookah. Not that I would know what a hookah is. It's like some kind of gourd, right?
So the book led us to the sword, so maybe there's some sort of clue on it? Like if we spill blood on it or put it in the fire, like...
The One Ring of Sauron? Are we seriously
No.
pulling our experimental procedures from Middle-earth?
No. Oh my god. They're using Kevin MacLeod's music. They...
Anything now?
This isn't just Kevin MacLeod's music. This is the music that that Charlie uses in his Omegle videos. Okay, pause. Because I have to. I don't know if you're aware of this guy, but crap, I can't remember his YouTube name or anything. No, pause. I said pause. So do that. Okay. Dun 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 dun. That's Kevin MacLeod's music, which I've been introduced to thanks to I've been introduced to him thanks to Wasted Space, who was one of the 3 guys who did the Space Engineers group survival series, Captain Shack of XP Gamers, Wasted, and Morphologist. And Wasted used Kevin's music for like the first half of his contribution. But this music that's playing right now, Pink Stylist, that's the name I was trying to remember. Pink Stylist, he does makeup of various horror figures, and every now and then he goes on a Omegle, all painted up, and he records the reactions of various people. So, if you have the time and feel like being amused, because you will be, look up Pink Stylist and go through his Omegle reaction videos, because they're amusing. But this is the music they are currently playing here. Now they're humming at the sword. Don't touch it! Don't touch it! Don't wield it! He's cleaning it.
Ugh, nothing! We spent the last 3 days burning, freezing, and psychoanalyzing that hunk of evil, and all we've got to show for it are burnt fingers. Seriously, Betty, if you have any idea about how to get this thing to spill its talisman beans...
You really want to feed that ego any more than you already have?
Too much helpless, Betty-Wan Kenobi? It's hard not to be impressed. When I knew Betty, she was a hot mess, barely passing poli-sci. Now she's gearing up for her second year at Princeton, summa cum laude, VP of the debate team, and nationally ranked as a fencer. Oh yeah, and she's learning dead languages in her spare time. I mean,
appreciate a swordsman.
Swordswoman. Survived second term. And hey, if you're being graded on a Silas curve, then
still nice to have someone to talk to, you know?
Why, you can't talk to young Holtzman? Or your dad? Or me?
Of course I can talk to you. It's just... with Betty, I don't have to worry about stepping in 5 different types of history before I finish my sentence. Or that I'll be selfish and kiss her and clear violations of the Friends guidelines.
Oh, mine really.
You'll never be friends.
You deserve better.
She doesn't want better.
And you were right. I can talk about being a realist all I want, but I have no idea how to do this.
You're not doing so bad. I mean, last I checked, we've got 2 talismans already.
Yeah, I guess we do. Now, if we only had any idea about where to start looking for the 3rd.
Sweetie, I noticed that your evil sword had some dirt on it.
That would probably be giant anglerfish goo.
Of course it would. So I polished it up, and it turns out there's something written on it.
Oh my god, that's more Sumerian. Carm, can you translate?
Yeah, that one's necklace, and I think that one's secret.
So it's some kind of secret
necklace?
Did one of the board members have a secret necklace?
It wasn't a secret.
Maddie.
It was a hid one. Maddie's locket. Which I had.
And now it's gone, and now Maddie's gonna reappear! Come on, Maddie, show up again. They've learned their lesson, now... Come on, we see you pop up and surprise Carmilla, now let's actually see it happen. How many episodes have we got to go? I am not even sure. 1 or 2.
Hey, Betty. So I've detected a theme amongst the talismans. It's items loaded with personal baggage likely to get you killed obtaining them. I'd have preferred potent potables, but can hardly wait to figure out what the 4th one is. Maddie's locket, but wasn't that her own super secret life-extending thingamajig?
No, the spell that made Maddie unkillable was on the piece of her heart inside. The locket was something else. I think she acquired it after Mother maneuvered her onto the board. I guess whatever the board was 1,000 years before there was a university.
Will it still work if it's all busted up?
Well, I'm not sure that matters if we don't know where it is.
And you haven't seen it since?
No, I took it off and the next day it was gone.
Maddie!
Maybe Red Sonja knew it was a talisman when she came here to steal the book, or maybe the library shuffled it off somewhere.
Maddie.
Hey, I'm not the one smacking people with books and writing messages in blood, buddy.
Okay, maybe let's not antagonize Ascension Building. Although, if it did stash it away for safekeeping, now would be a really great time to give it back.
Nope.
No?
No whale sounds.
Sorry, by the way. I know it's all you had left of her. I know that's my fault, too.
No, it was a lot of people's faults.
Do we now get the hug?
Lawrence, yours, mine, Maddie's. I mean, if she'd have been the first to tell you, she would have killed everyone on campus that got in her way.
You still miss her, though.
Under that god blood, yeah.
Well, love is like that.
Maybe we're coming at this from the wrong way.
What do you mean?
Well, Maddie, she'd never bother with all this scrambling around to find talismans.
Well, the talismans were how the board controlled the dean.
Yeah, but before the boards, there were the people that made them. The ones who stopped the dean in the first place.
Yeah, but we're not talking about people. We're talking about gods.
Gods who put an awful lot of effort into keeping the dean from opening the gate. What do you bet they're not thrilled about what she's up to now? But before we had a chance to really get our blasphemy on, we were saved by the bell. If by bell you mean mind-splitting feedback because JP needed the floor.
So sorry to interrupt, but I fear I have to risk.
Explain to me why I shouldn't let my darling, deadly girl peel you like a grape.
Why am I taking all the heat for losing the sword?
Because you were the one being a corporate creep when Team Fangless stole it. I say I try the Zeta toss. See if I can hit the middle of the 5th seal from 100 feet up.
5th seal? Have they already unearthed it?
I'm afraid so. Time is shorter than we think.
That's enough. You never let me do anything. Don't kill the weasel who stabbed you. Don't tear the head off your precious Carmilla.
Don't forget yourself, girl. I raised you from the dust when no one cared about you. Not your school, not your so-called friends. They used you up and spit you out. Did sweet little Laura even shed a tear before giving up your school for her precious Carmilla?
Carmilla
Besides,
is manipulating. The dean
I
is
may not be able to reach
manipulating.
the library quite yet, but after the 5th seal is open, well, keep an eye
Time's
on
up.
things. I have to prepare for the ritual. And put the boy down. He's of no use without a windpipe.
Ritual? Is that how they're opening the seals?
Yes, I'm starting to suspect some kind of sacrifice is involved.
D-Bear? I cared that you were dead. And I'm not just saying that so you'll stop chowing down on me like I'm a cursed Slurpee. I could see how much you wanted everybody to be, like, safe. And Laura totally cried. You were, like, her hero. You were everybody's...
So thanks to JP, we not only have terrifying insight into how badly the dean has messed up Danny, but also the totally not bone-chilling revelation that she'll be opening the 5th seal ASAP and coming for us next. Which means it's time to start looking outside of the box.
Still up to summoning a bloodthirsty pagan god?
Cuddles?
We've got 3 candidates. Enki, the god of knowledge, Hoster, the shepherd of men, and Erishkigal, the queen of the underworld. I'm thinking she's our best bet.
Cuddles!
It's the dean's sister, or reflection, or both. And the locket is hers, what with the book belonging to Enki and the sword to Hoster. And it's her church the dean is looking to take over.
Okay. Well, why stop at bloodthirsty pagan god when you can go full-on death goddess?
Thinking the reason that we're always in over our heads is that we keep on picking fights that are over our heads. If the dean has some supernatural nemesis who might want to help, why not give that a try?
Well, would you look at that? Laura Hall's chess master.
Look at us. Making plans, strategizing, comrades working shoulder to shoulder with no
Kiss the
sense of
girl.
sexual undertones. No awkwardness.
Kiss
Good
the
old
girl.
platonic buddies.
Kiss the girl. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, oops. Hey, Betty. That was definitely not supposed to happen. It's just... She was being all supportive and... Ugh, stupid... Sexy vampire... Stupid desperate hormones. Just... It Grown-ups don't just fling history and caution and all this dictionary on top of their desks to the wind. Grown-ups control their hormones. They do not control us.
Namaste.
I was thinking about doing a coffee run. Do you want anything?
Yeah, coffee sounds great and totally normal. I really like coffee, buddy.
Yeah, I'm getting you decaf.
I'm doomed.
You're doomed.
Hey, Betty. I thought you couldn't get through the communications block most of the time.
Sometimes I just say that so I can screen your calls. Because, and I can't stress this enough, having to listen to you describe your dysfunctional sexcapades with puss in biker boots makes me want to punch out my eardrums.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Focus up. The dean is already onto the 5th gate and you need 2 more Horcruxes, Hollis.
Yeah, about that.
All right, let's say I admit hypothetically that our best chance at getting the locket is summoning up the dean's underworld nemesis. How do we even know she has it? And how are we going to get her here? And then when she's here, do you think she'll give us the locket? I mean, she's the dean's sister. How do we know she's even on our side?
Cain
the locket
kicked
is
her
hers, and
ass.
she made it to trap the dean to begin with.
Cain kicked Lilith's
Not to mention
ass.
that she apparently knows everything the dead will ever know, which sounds like some sort of clairvoyance, which might even include the 4th talisman. So my vote is that we give one of the invocations in the Book of Lives the good old Silas try. Like, see, here, we could use the essence of the Death Lady to draw a circle and then contain her.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard to kill anyone if you're all incorporeal and trapped.
Okay, so we make a circle,
Would that drag
summon
the
up
dean
this
out of Perry?
Ereshkigal, and then what? Convince her to give us the locket on our shared burning hatred for the dean?
You don't need to do that.
Although, we didn't have to run those plans by my father. Into the bag, Dad. Just keep breathing into the bag.
That's what that was for. Okay.
And now a quick recipe for Death God summoning. You will need half a cup of desiccated spiders, of course. Why couldn't they just use powdered sugar? What would be wrong with a little powdered sugar for once? 3.
I have no idea if this music is also Kevin MacLeod, but I'm willing to bet it is. Up high. Yeah, go. Keep going. That might have been too much.
Yeah, get the blood sugar. Okay, yeah.
I doubt she was originally supposed to drop it. Yeah.
Okay,
And whose skull is that supposed to be?
Pour the rest of it also into the skull of the desert beast.
Of the what now? I'm reasonably certain this is Kevin MacLeod again. Bring back Perry. Get the dean out of Perry, yes? Can we do
All
that?
right. Here goes some witchcraft. So, hi, Queen of Death. We were thinking we'd invoke you by the names of the Queen of the Earth, she who guards the gates and knows the names of all the dead. We bind you and command you. Stand before us now.
Yeah, that's not happening, is it?
Pretty please. And she has to show up eventually, right?
Is this also Kevin MacLeod? I mean, I've already admitted that I'm a Kevin MacLeod fanboy on Slay's chat thing, but... Ooh.
Ooh. Who are we waiting for?
September 29th. and hardly if, after all. Arbor's Lane, something left. Damage. I guess it's a little late for garbage's I am a vampire. Whichever thing that was. I think I'm done.